Vielen Dank, Johanna. Vielen Dank, dass du bei uns bist. Vielen Dank für deine eindrucksvollen und kämpferischen Worte. Ihr habt jetzt die Möglichkeit, Fragen zu stellen, rechts und links hier im Saal, sind Mikrofone. Ein Blick auf die Uhr zeigt, dass die Zeit etwas fortgeschritten ist. Also wir sind etwa 20 Minuten hinter unserem Zeitplan zurück. Deswegen müssen wir es also wirklich auf 10 Minuten beschränken. Also bitte kurze, knappe Fragen.
There must be questions.
Ja. Dann versuch es so. Also ich glaube, wir kriegen das auch so. Sprich bitte laut und bitte.
Bitte?
Ja, das also, falls es in der Übersetzungskabine nicht angekommen sein sollte, war eine zusätzliche Bemerkung, die darauf abzielte, dass Mumia als zusätzliche verschärfende Haftbedingung rund um die Uhr grellem Licht ausgesetzt ist. Vielleicht kannst du dazu noch etwas sagen, Johanna, zu diesem Aspekt? Die Frage bzw. die Bemerkung kam aus dem Publikum, dass Mumia als zusätzliche verschärfende Haftbedingung, also was sozusagen auch ein Folterkriterium wäre, rund um die Uhr grellem weißen Licht ausgesetzt ist.
Yes, that is correct. So currently, Mumia is exposed to bright lights 24 hours a day. He doesn't have access to a typewriter, a radio, or a television, which he had on death row. His visits have been shortened significantly. In the past, while on death row, he had one visit per week that was unlimited. Now that's been limited to one visit per week for 1 hour. Also, his visits are behind plexiglass, and now he is shackled. So his hands are cuffed, and his hands are then shackled to his waist during the visit. And any time he leaves the cell, including to take a shower, he is shackled behind his back. His hands are cuffed behind his back. So this kind of sensory deprivation is considered torture. In fact, by international standards, keeping an inmate under these situations for more than 14 hours is considered torture. And he has now been in this situation for 37 days. Also, I might add, on Thursday, he had a meeting with the Prisoner Review Committee, which is a committee that is forced to meet with him weekly while he is in this kind of solitary confinement. Well, at that meeting, they raised with him the possibility that he might have to cut off his dreads, his dreadlocks, before he is transferred to general population. So this is the kind of control and repression that the state is subjecting him to in this final period before they have to finally accept defeat. I have been informed that there is going to be a lawsuit underway if the state requires that he cut his hair before being released to general population. So this is, we're in for a battle in this case. One of the unintended consequences of this decision on the part of the state is that it might produce more struggle around the world. This insistence that Mumia cut his locks. You should also know that Mumia withstood 9 years in solitary confinement during his early incarceration because of this same issue. They insisted that he cut his dreadlocks. He said absolutely not, and he actually won the right to keep his hair in the 80s, early 90s. So this is a battle that we've already won, and now the state is relaunching this attack.
So, jetzt gibt es da vorne eine Frage noch, bitte.
Ja, ich persönlich bin später gekommen, von daher weiß ich nicht, ob es eventuell schon irgendwie in der Diskussion war. Gibt es irgendwie eine Zusammenarbeit zwischen dieser Kampagne, also Mumia Abu-Jamal, und den Cuban Fives? Das würde mich irgendwie mal interessieren.
Well, activists in the case of Mumia Abu-Jamal are active in the Cuban Five, and there are solidarity greetings between the two, and Mumia has written about the Cuban Five. But working together in joint actions, that has not yet happened, but that is certainly a suggestion and a good idea for this new period to come. In fact, we in the Mumia movement in the United States are joining with a new movement in the United States that's calling itself the Campaign Against the New Jim Crow and Mass Incarceration. So we should definitely throw in our hats with the Cuban Five. Thank you for that suggestion.
Vielen Dank. Ja, wie gesagt, der Blick auf die Uhr